Hello dear traders, I'm Maria Staradop and this is the review of crypto analytics from fx.co. It's the 17th of October today, Tuesday, and in our today's review, de-escalation of the situation in the Middle East and positive financial reports from the US contributed to the recent Bitcoin's growth. And what are the next forecasts? And we have only one article today by Artem Petrenko. Let us start. The article was written yesterday. So Bitcoin ended the previous week on a positive note, breaking below this key support level of $27,000. This move weakened the local uptrend that had been forming since mid-September. The new trading week began with a strong upward surge, allowing it to reach 27,900 momentarily and eventually stabilize near 27,700. Despite the confident rise, cryptocurrency prices remained below the 27,000 level for several days, thus weakening the support zone. However, there is a growing bullish sentiment in the crypto market, so a full attempt to establish a position above 28,000 level can be expected. Such a sharp upward movement may provide a platform for the cryptocurrency to firmly establish itself above $28,000. However, it's important to consider whether the cryptocurrency has enough incentives to break through the psychological resistance zone. So what is the fundamental background? An important factor that could have contributed to Bitcoin's recovery even during the Asian session yesterday was the de-escalation of the situation in the Middle East. Israel announced for the postponement of a military operation due to weather conditions. And considering that investors were preparing for an escalation of the conflict with the potential involvement of the US, this news served as a sharp positive reason to increase positions in high-risk assets. In addition, oil and precious metals began to correct as a significant selling began. It's worth noting the situation with oil, where a potential crisis due to energy resource deficit is also being postponed. This in turn has a positive effect on the dollar's deflationary movement, thus contributing to strengthening of high-risk assets such as Bitcoin. And one more reason for optimism was the financial report from JP Morgan Chase. Contrary to expectations of around $3.93 billion, the bank ended the third quarter with a profit of over $4.33 billion. And considering positive correlation of Bitcoin with the stock market, the success of the first US company reports could have positive impact on the price movement of the flagship cryptocurrency. However, despite all this optimism, inflation remains a concern for investors, as does the Federal Reserve policy, and Bitcoin's upward periods are directly related to the situation surrounding the US dollar. This situation will persist until the Fed begins to ease monetary policy. In the meantime, the yield of 10-year bonds has jumped by 10 basis points to 4.66% after the release of US inflation data. Therefore, the situation remains tense. The Bitcoin maintains a reverse correlation with the US dollar index. Okay, this is the fundamental background. Now let's have a look at the charts. First daily chart as of the beginning of a new trading week on October 16th, Bitcoin resumed its upward movement, reaching the level of 27,900 and subsequently pulling back to 27,700. Trading volumes have increased from $5 to $13 billion. However, Bitcoin failed to retest 28,000, and sellers are gradually taking the initiative. On the one-day chart, we can see the stochastic exiting the oversold zone, followed by a strong and swift rise. The MACD is also reporting a gradual decline in bearish volumes and is preparing for a bullish crossover above zero. It can be said with confidence that technical metrics indicate the likelihood of resumption of the upward movement towards $28,000. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour candle shows the activation of sellers, which is also evident from the growing shadow on the one-day chart. Here, the stochastic has also moved out of the overbought zone, indicating the completion of the bullish impulse. However, there is still buyer activity in the same time frame. In this case, the likely outcome will be the price consolidation for Bitcoin near the 27,000 level, followed by a further upward movement. So, making a conclusion, Artem says that Bitcoin is starting the trading week quite energetically, recovering above 27,500 amid positive news and expectations. After a brief consolidation, it may continue its upward movement, but buyers need to maintain the 27,500 level. In the event of a deeper correction, Bitcoin needs to hold a 26,800, 27,100 range to have a chance to resume the move towards $28,000. The stabilization of the global situation and the positive start to the earnings season in the US may allow Bitcoin to achieve its short-term target of $28,000. Okay, let's have a look at the chart of Bitcoin for the moment. It's the 17th of October and Bitcoin opened today at the point 28,478 and now it is trading at 28,165. Well, the situation looks like even better than forecasts. Bitcoin managed to reach the 28,000 level. It steadily holds this level and now it is consolidating around 28,200 100 levels. Well, this is all for today. We will see each other tomorrow in our next review. I wish you to have profitable trading. Have a nice day. Write your comments and questions down below and see you in our next review. Goodbye.